Здравствуйте! Я рада вас видеть. My name is Ekaterina, and here is Unit 3 of Russian for Busy People course. Today, our topic is Greetings and Farewells, Informal Way of Address. This material is designed for beginners who doesn't have any knowledge in Russian apart from Units 1 and 2 of this course. At this level, we can't really understand the grammar structure of each sentence and are going just to memorize some information about greetings and farewells in Russian. Now let me explain you a special feature about forms of address in Russian. The matter is that we have two ways to address to a person: formal, вы, and informal, ты. The words вы and ты are personal pronouns that have the same English translation, you. Ты means you when we address to a single person informally. Вы means you, first, if it's a group of people. Second, if it's a single person but we address to her or him formal way. Let's memorize these words. Ты, you, informal. Вы, you, formal, and you, plural. Ты, вы. Repeat, please. Ты, вы. And once more. Ты, вы. The most spread form of address in Russian is formal, вы. We use the form in great many social situations, talking in a store, in a street, in a taxi, etc. It is any time we are talking to someone we are unacquainted or unfamiliar with. We use the form of address when we are talking to little kids, members of our families, and close friends. These situations are hardly relevant to the majority of foreigners, and sometimes people feel like they don't want to pay efforts to memorize the forms of address. On one hand, this opinion is reasonable, but on the other hand, people have a question: what's about business environment? Unfortunately, in business environment, you can meet both the and вы forms of address. It depends on company traditions and even on personal relationship between employees. And that's confusing. What I recommend in this case is pay attention to what a person says to you. If she or he uses formal way of address, reply formally. If they use informal the forms talking to you, reply informal way too. If you're not sure or feel completely lost, use formal way of address, as it will be safer and no one will ever say you're an impolite person. In Units 1 and 2, we learned how to greet someone and bid farewell in Russian, and all we have learned refers to the formal way of address. Now let's get acquainted with informal way to say it. Listen to the dialogue.
Привет,
Здравствуй.
я рада тебя видеть.
Я тоже.
Как дела?
Спасибо. Нормально. А твои?
Тоже ничего, спасибо. Ну, счастливо.
Пока. Хороших выходных.
Привет. Hi. Пока. Bye. Счастливо. Bye. Listen to the dialogue again.
Привет,
Здравствуй.
я рада тебя видеть.
Я тоже.
Как дела?
Спасибо. Нормально. А твои?
Тоже ничего, спасибо. Ну, счастливо.
Пока. Хороших выходных.
The dialogue starts with the word привет and ends with the word пока. In my experience, all the foreigners in Moscow, even without a single lesson of Russian, know the words привет and пока. And they feel surprised to learn that these words fit only informal conversation. If you say привет or пока to an old person, or even to a cashier in a supermarket or a waiter in a cafe, they would be slightly shocked. If you're a man and say привет to a woman you're not acquainted with, she can treat it like dating. So be careful with these words. It's always safer to say здравствуйте or добрый день. Use привет and пока only for little kids, your friends, and Russian members of your family if relevant. If it's a business environment, say привет or пока only to that person who has said these words to you first. Otherwise, choose a different option. Доброе утро, добрый день, добрый вечер, and до свидания. Привет was the first word in the Unit 3 dialogue, and its second word is здравствуй.
Привет.
Здравствуй.
Здравствуй sounds familiar, but maybe you've noticed that it's slightly different from what we learned before. Compare здравствуйте, здравствуй. Здравствуйте that we learned before is the form of the word hello. Здравствуй is the form of this word. Здравствуйте. Вы, formal. Здравствуй, without те in the end. Ты, informal. Здравствуйте. Вы. Здравствуй. Ты. Здравствуйте. Здравствуй. Let's go on with our dialogue. Its next sentence is Рада тебя видеть. In the unit 1, we learned Я рада вас видеть. I'm happy to see you. Вас is a form of the pronoun вы. Now we have Я рада тебя видеть. Тебя is a form of the pronoun ты. Вы, formal. Я рада вас видеть. Ты, informal. Я рада тебя видеть. Вы. Я рада вас видеть. Ты. Я рада тебя видеть. Don't forget that a woman says рада. Я рада тебя видеть. While a man says рад. Я рад тебя видеть. Let's repeat the variant that a woman can say. Вы, formal. Я рада вас видеть. Ты, informal. Я рада тебя видеть. Вы. Я рада вас видеть. Ты. Я рада тебя видеть. Я рада вас видеть. Я рада тебя видеть. And now what a man says. Вы, formal. Я рад вас видеть. Ты, Informal. Я рад тебя видеть. Вы. Я рад вас видеть. Ты. Я рад тебя видеть. Я рад вас видеть. Я рад тебя видеть. Listen to the first part of the dialogue again.
Привет.
Здравствуй.
Я рада тебя видеть.
Я тоже.
Probably you've paid attention to the sentence «Рада тебя видеть». The word «я» is skipped. It's a possible way to say it in Russian, but you have to keep this word in mind because you need it to reply. Я тоже. Now, let's talk as if we were close friends. I start, you reply. Don't mix ты and вы forms of address. Let's start. Привет. Я рада тебя видеть. And now you start. Привет. Я тоже. Now, listen to the next part of the dialogue and try to find how it's different from what we learned in units 1 and 2.
Как дела?
Спасибо. Нормально. А твои?
Тоже ничего. Спасибо.
Have you noticed the difference? Right, it's the counter question «А твои» instead of «А ваши». As you remember, «А ваши» is a reduced question. The complete question is «Как ваши дела?» It means «How are you?» But its literal translation is «How are your businesses?» Ваши is your, but it's your formal. Your informal is твои. The complete informal question, meaning how are you, is как твои дела? Let's memorize it. Дела. Твои дела. Как твои дела? Repeat, please. Дела. Твои дела. Как твои дела? And once more. Дела. Твои дела. Как твои дела? Вы, formal. Как ваши дела? Ты, informal. Как твои дела? Вы, как ваши дела? Ты, как твои дела? If we say this part of the informal dialogue using complete sentences, it will be «Как твои дела?» «Спасибо, нормально. А как твои дела?» Then we reduce the first question «Как твои дела?» to «Как дела?» And we reduce the counter question «А как твои дела?» to the key word твои. А твои? To say the reduced question «А твои?» you need to keep in mind its complete variant. Как твои дела? Anytime we reduce a sentence, we have to refer to the complete sentence in Russian. Listen to this part of the dialogue again.
Как дела?
Спасибо, нормально. А твои?
Тоже ничего. Спасибо.
And let's talk informally. Как дела? Тоже ничего. Спасибо. Good. Хорошо. Now listen to the corresponding part of a formal conversation.
Как ваши дела?
Спасибо, хорошо. А ваши?
Тоже хорошо. Спасибо.
And now I'll ask you, how are you? 4 times. Twice formally and twice informally. Pay attention to the way I address to you and reply me the same way. Ready? Let's go. Как ваши дела? Нормально, спасибо. Как твои дела? Спасибо, отлично. Как твои дела? Ничего, спасибо. Как ваши дела? Спасибо, неплохо. Great. Отлично. The first and the last mini dialogues were formal, as I used the word ваши, как ваши дела. And when you replied me, you might have said the counter question а ваши. But the second and the third mini dialogues were informal, as I asked твои, как твои дела? They required the counter question а твои. And now let's turn to the last part of the Unit 3 dialogue.
Ну, счастливо.
Пока. Хороших выходных.
We already know the words «до свидания» and «до завтра». In this dialogue, when they say bye, they use words «пока» and «счастливо» instead. The word «пока» is strictly informal. It works for the way of address only. The word «счастливо» can be combined with the form of address. The words «до свидания» and «до завтра» are neutral. They work for any situation. Let's memorize the new word to say goodbye in Russian. Счастливо. 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 Repeat, please. Счастливо. And once more. Счастливо. Let's summarize what we have learned about formal and informal ways of address in Russian. Здравствуйте. Вы formal. Здравствуй. Ты informal. Привет. Ты informal. Я рада вас видеть. Вы formal. Я рада тебя видеть. Ты informal. Как ваши дела? Вы formal. Как твои дела? Ты informal. До свидания. Ты, вы. Neutral. До завтра. Ты, вы. Neutral. Счастливо. Ты, вы. Neutral. Tends to be informal. Пока. Ты, informal. Listen to the complete dialogue again.
Привет.
Здравствуй.
Я рада тебя видеть.
Я тоже.
Как дела?
Спасибо. Нормально. А твои?
Тоже ничего. Спасибо. Ну, счастливо.
Пока. Хороших выходных.
And let's talk. I start, you reply. We are going to speak informally. Don't confuse ты and вы forms of address. Привет. Рада тебя видеть. Как дела? Тоже ничего. Спасибо. Ну, счастливо. Great job. Отлично. And now you start. Здравствуй. Я тоже. Спасибо, неплохо. А твои? Пока. Хорошего вечера. Отлично. I hope this material was useful for you. If you like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. The next unit is coming soon. The best result in learning Russian will be obtained if you combine self-study and face-to-face lessons. If you are interested in sessions of Russian, feel free to contact me. You can find all the information on my personal website ohrussian.com. OHRUSSIAN.com. Hope to see you again. До свидания. Хорошего вечера.